Hey people, hey, it's vibrant here. Blessings, I hope everybody is well on this Tuesday afternoon. I've finished work now, my first energies. Yes, I've just finished work and I just was like, oh, it's a bit of a energy in the air. I was like, oh, what's that then? Part of it, some of it's quite heavy and another is quite fruitful. Okay, so the first energy that comes out for us to be contemplating on today, so today's energy on what we can help to progress our week and moving forward is to deal with our first chakra, Archangel Michael, which is our root chakra. So this is everything from basic necessities, making sure you have the basics, shelter, food, clothing, warmth, family, stability, all of those kind of things. So it looks like there's lots of that energy going on today. So it looks like people are putting things in order, people, places and things. And they're coming from a foundation energy. So I think it's just everybody's just, yeah, there's a group of you that is very, very mindful about your grounding, trying to ground your energy, lay new foundations, release old ones. There's an old way of being that is being put to one side or is under the microscope at this time. Breaking of old folklore, old wives' tales. It's like a debunking kind of energy that's going on for the purposes of grounding. Definitely for the purposes of grounding. There's also, you've got storm warning. So this just lets me know that either some kind of energy, something big has happened or is going to happen. And it's coming from the foundations in energy. It's coming from this root chakra. So some type of ground and some type of stability that's not being presented here or what's being looked at. Like I was saying about this microscope, it almost feels like there's something being looked at this time. And it could be to either prevent this storm warning or this is the preamble to something that is going to happen. Maybe this is what the contemplation is about, the fact that all is not well. There's a lot of water in this card, so it suggests a lot of emotional, that Pisces energy, a lot of emotions, water, rebirth. Yeah, so there's a lot of doing away of the old and bringing in something new. So there might be a lot of contemplation going on. Foundation-wise, is this serving my highest good? Do I have everything that I need to keep myself safe and my loved ones? There's that energy too. And then we also have the yin and yang. So this is where people are starting to accept their shadow sides. And they are recognizing that both things are true about themselves. So yes, you are a positive and uplifting person, but also at times you can carry quite a heavy energy and sometimes can be quite, excuse me, self-critical. So there's a need to balance your yin and yang, and there was an element where there are some of you who are mastering this at this time. This is why the foundation card is here, the base chakra. Root. So we're balancing. There are some of you that are homing in on your balance right now. Yeah, there's definitely some of you who are mastering that fact, that energy, that both things are true about yourself and the people around you, that balance. Accepting the shadow elements in order to reevaluate what it is that you want. I'm going to find out more about this, the first chakra, this root chakra. Tell me about root chakra, please. And what messages does Archangel Michael have us? The card for the First chakra. Tell me about the first chakra, please. Why is the first chakra here? Thank you. Okay. So the first one is your commitment is being tested for the first quarter moon. Your commitment is being tested. So we are looking at now your commitments to keeping your stability, to making sure that your basic necessities are being met, that you're being looked after, that you've been given shelter, love, compassion, that you are also given this to your family, your commitment to the things that are going to level and balance you out. So if you started on a course of exploration, or you've started a course, or you've done something to elevate yourself, you're being told right now that your root chakra is being worked on. For some of you, you are mastering this root chakra. You are putting things in place, making sure your basic needs and necessities are being met. And for another group of you, this is the root chakra needs to be worked on, because at the moment your commitment is being tested. Can you stick to those things that are going to elevate you, move you forward? Are you committed to being the best version of yourself? If it's no for some days, that's how it is, the vibration. You go with the vibration. But what they're saying to you is, if you want to move from that state of being that is more preferable and more positive, you're being asked to examine your root chakra, examine your foundations, your thought patterns, your belief systems. Start to really question and dig deeper. So yeah, your commitment's being tested, and also have faith in your dreams. Waxing crescent moon. This is from the Moonology deck. Have faith in your dreams. So it seems like a lot of maybe some of the angst in the root chakra space, the foundation, basic necessities. Am I doing my best? Have I got everything that I need? Will this be able to sustain me? Will I be able to make the money that I dream of? Or there's some type of root chakra nerves that's going on here. But you're being asked to have faith in your dreams, and your commitment is being tested. Okay. And this is coming from your root. So maybe there's a need to work on the root chakra to release some of the negative chatter, the self-defeating thoughts and things of that nature. I'm finding out about storm warning now. What is going on with the storm warning? What is this in relation to? What is supporting this energy? Okay. So the first energy that comes up for this storm warning, and like I said, the storm warning is a situation that has happened already or is going to happen. It's similar to the Tower card, where a structure, a way of being, or something is been broken down. So, you know, like with the tower falls, and what is left is clarity, because now you see there's no obstacles in the way. Same as like with the storm warning. If you can see that there's a lot of debris going on, the banks have been broken, so there's something that's going to be shifting, something huge that is going to change the way something is viewed, the way you do things. Something's going to come to light that's going to shake up the foundation. I'm also hearing, it's weird, pains, shooting pains. I had this in one of my readings yesterday. It's weird that this card resonates with shooting pains. Yeah, it's weird, but it's like shooting pains, and it's because of this lightning. I did a reading yesterday and it came up like this again, so it's quite weird that it's come up like that. So shooting pains, but what they're saying is going to support this is it's time to release the negativity. There could be something that you're hanging on to, holding on to, that you haven't let go of negatively, that is giving you pain. This could be in your stomach. This is that anxiety, angst. This could be shooting pains in your head. This could be migraines, joints. So there's something that needs to be released energetically that is going to relieve you of all of these pains. And this is like it's weird because this came out for one of my other readings yesterday, for one of my personals. Yeah, so take that as it resonates. So there's definitely something that needs to be shifted so that your physical being feels better. There's an enlightening, there's a lightening of the load. And then you also got communication is key. Same thing, this is very strange. I think this is definitely a message that needs to be said, because this came out in a reading that I did yesterday. Communication is key. And especially in relation to this pain, some of you are not speaking your truths. So it's manifesting in stomach aches. It's manifesting in anxieties that you can't quite understand. But it's the things that you're not saying. It's almost like the need to use the toilet, but you're holding it and your tummy just keeps hurting. It's that type of thing. Yeah, definitely. Just want to find out about this yin and yang, because I know that it's definitely directly linked to this base chakra energy. And maybe this is what's going to support you through this storm warning, this time where there's a need for you to communicate, and a time for you to release the negativity, release the energies that are pulling your vibration down. Okay. So with the yin and yang, it's quite funny because the energy that's come up is, the first one is luck is on your side, and that is new moon in Sagittarius. So luck is on your side. This is letting me know that this is a fruitful time for you to make your plans, for you to put your do the lottery, or what if you're in that kind of thing, or this is where you try your hand at something new, invest in something, invest in yourself. It's a very lucky time to make things happen. It's a very good time to be seen. Yeah, so there's a lot of luck going on. And then you also have, on the flip side now, a time to give rather than to take. So you see the yin and yang element. They give and they take, and that's that energy, that's that balance. So as much as you want fulfillment and as much as you want prosperity, be in the energy of giving back, be in the energy of treating those who treat you, be in the energy of compassion, and supporting those when they're going through their shadow, because it's a time to give rather than take. So find that balance, So I'm just gonna find out what the supporting energy is. What are we likely to learn out of this time? What is all of this about? Let's find out what this is all about, because we know that there's a need for some of you to activate your root chakra, and for some of you there is a need to, or you're already healing your root chakra, but you're being tested. Are you able to stay the course? And then we also have this storm warning coming in, so we know that at the moment there is a need to release some type of negativity, because it seems to be blocking your energy. And there's a need to communicate what's happening. Maybe that is the emotions that we saw in the storm warning, with all of this water crashing, lightning, thunder. Maybe this is going to be fireworks, some real serious conversation, but it's going to be beneficial because you are both things, yin and yang. You have to deal with the shadow as well as dealing with the light. Don't stray away from your shadow. Don't cast it aside. Do not embrace who you are to the fullest, and that's with your shadow as well. You know, because what this is going to be giving you now is look at this card, priorities. So you're going to be through all of this lesson, through dealing with these people, dealing with your root chakra, having to home in on your dreams, communicating, knowing that at this time you're being tested, your commitments being tested. Can you stay the course? Communicate effectively what it is that you want. Knowing that it's a lucky time to make things happen, but your energy, your vibration is what's going to elevate it to being, into being, essentially. And although that it's a time to receive, it's also a time to give rather than to take. So make sure there's an equal share and balance of energies. Okay. So the priorities, this is the types of things we're going to be receiving in this time. So we've got priorities. You understand the paramount importance of manifesting love in all situations. And I think that's directly linked to that, your commitments being tested, and you've got priorities. Yeah, so definitely take that as it resonates. Start putting things into motion. And always come from a place of love as well whenever we're doing these things, because it always comes back to the root, always comes back to how we feel on the inside. Then we have detachment. You are releasing old patterns and ideas that no longer serve your highest ideals of love. So this is where you are dealing with that root chakra. If you're holding on to energies that are not beneficial, why is that? Heal that, heal the need to not be alone. Heal the need to have constant validation, to attach yourself to an energy that is not supporting you. And like it says, you're releasing old patterns and ideas that no longer serve your highest good, the highest ideals of love. And true love is acceptance, equal exchange of love and respect. So yeah, there's definitely a need to detach from those situations, old people, places and things, because it's not serving. And then there's willingness. So you are able to compromise if the end result is love. If the end result means that for the greater good, it's fine. You know that you are okay within this grand scheme of things, and everybody involved is going to be okay. But you need to be the first person that is okay in this situation. You need to show yourself that self-love. So there's a willingness to put yourself first. There's a willingness to compromise in situations where we are needing to have these conversations, release the negativity, say it and get it out and move on. It's already been said, now you can move on. Okay, and then we've got empathy. You feel and understand the emotions of another in the service of love. So this is where you're able to feel each other, you know, your loved ones, your friends, your family. It's funny how connected we really are. Sometimes it's funny when you say, oh, I felt you, I had a feeling someone weren't all right. And that's that energy. And then you've got humility. You have developed the loving awareness that you and everyone else are the same, but on different paths. This is where you're not fighting against the grain with anybody. You're taking everybody as they are. You're empathizing from where they are, their state of being. You're willing to compromise. You're willing to detach and move away from things that are no longer serving you. And you're able to prioritize and to manifest the types of situations that you want. So all of these elements dealing with who we are, what's happening, this foundation, this root chakra. And I think this is what's going to be strengthening us so that when this storm warning comes in, we're able to manage. We're able to prioritize what needs to be dealt with, when, why, and basically when. Detach the times that we let something go, the willingness to compromise, the times when we realize that today is not the day to battle. Not always wanting to go in for the kill, knowing there's a time to really analyze the situation, be still. And there's a time to be empathetic. Where is the other person standing? How have you looked at what it looks like from their perspective, standing in their shoes almost? There's definitely something where you're going to be able to empathize with each other on that type of energy. And then you've got humility. So you're able to develop a loving awareness that you and everyone else is the same, but on different paths. We're all interconnected, but we've all got different ways that we connect to divine source, that we express our knowledge, or how we express our divine, or our divinity, our sense of being. It's really lovely because although there's a lot of questioning and evaluation happening, there is a lot gained because you are on a quest to have faith in the things that you want to bring to fruition, have faith in your dreams, knowing that your commitment is being tested. Sometimes it's nice to know that divine is watching you and saying, well, go on then, you said you wanted this, I've given you the opportunity, I've opened the door, I put the right person in your way, you had that right conversation at the right time, that person can put you in contact with the right person who's going to be able to propel your business or your brand or whatever it is that you are doing forward. So it's sort of like, go on then, let me see what you do with this. I've given you the opportunity, I've shown you something, so it's all of that. So I'm just going to go into closing with some advice for all of this storm warning energy, dealing with this, our root chakra, the grounding that we need, making sure we have everything we want, the balancing with the yin and yang, recognizing that, both things are true. There's a place for everything is what I mean. Yeah. And I like the fact that there is lots to come out. So there's a lot of healing going on. And like I said, there are some of you that are already on this path of ascension. You're already doing this healing work. When you're seeing the results, you're able to prioritize better now. You're able to detach from people, places, and things. And you're not fighting against the grain anymore. And that's positive. I'll get one more. I had a whole load fly out, actually. Okay, so let's put them in order. Okay. Right, so advice from the animal spirit deck goes as follows. Okay, so we've got the lizard spirit. Dream the world into being. And this is what we're talking about, manifestation. Having faith in your dreams. Dream the world into being. Visualize it first. Everything starts from the visualization. It's like that film, Build It and They Will Come. If anybody knows about it, I can't remember what the name of the film is. But yeah, dream the world into being. Dream the things that you want into being. Start visualizing, start putting plans. You've been told that divine is your commitment is being tested. Dream it. Let's start putting practical plans in action. So yes, let's dream it into being. And then we have the bat spirit, which is a rebirth is assured. So something is definitely going to be done away with. So this is why I feel like this storm warning and the reason, I think the reason why we're there's a need to deal with this root chakra. We need to be grounded, so when this storm comes in, we're not totally taken off of our paths. We are able to straighten up, get ourselves together, recognize where we are, what's happening, what our role is, and what we need to do moving forward. Yeah. So there is a rebirth. A rebirth is assured. So no need to worry about whether things are going to be the same. You know, am I going to get the same results that I've had before? Is the same types of people going to come in to offer their cup of love to me? You know, am I going to have the different types of, am I going to have the same thing? And that's another reason why we've got that released negativity. Some of you, that's that, oh, it's always been like that. It's my experience that I'm just that way. You know, things don't work out for me. I'm not very lucky. You know, things don't, you know, great things doesn't happen. Those types of things. There's a rebirth. There's going to be a change in the way things happen. You're going to start seeing things moving so much more quicker, moving quickly, moving forward very quickly. Get the words out. Yeah, but there's definitely a rebirth assured. And then we also have B spirit. And it said, sweet results await. So this is definitely directly linking back into, like I was saying, that project, that brand that you possibly could be building, something that you're publishing, building, putting together. Yeah, so there's sweet things on the horizon. I'm seeing a lot of forward planning. I'm seeing, for some of you, are already planning where the first place you're going to go on holiday. Some of you are already putting aside funds for the rainy day because we don't know what's going to be happening, how long we'll be in this state in the world. But we do know that sweet results await. Things will get better. Definitely, especially when you start dreaming your world into being, the things that you want. I love that, because we know that there's a change from that low vibration, and that's why we've got that need to deal with the root chakra. This is your foundation. Yeah. So this is all of, you know, who am I? You know, your security, self-esteem. You know, where you fit into this grand scheme of things. This is your purpose. These are all of these $1 million questions that we all ask, and these are the times to start delving deep. And then we have groundhog spirit, time to let go. So like I was saying again, it's time to let go of some of that negative energy. And I think when this storm warning happens, or if it has happened, let that time go. Let bygones be bygones. If it's an agree to disagree situation, that would be preferable. But like I said, the storm warning lets me know that something needs to be erupted. And it's just like the tower. When the tower falls, people get nervous about it. But once the dust settles, clarity is there. There's no blockage. There's nothing in the way. There's not this eyesore. You've been able to see everything, what's going on. Okay, and then we also have cat spirit. Claim your independence. So in this time, this is where you step out, away from the crowd, do something different. And this is where you're unapologetic about the things that you're doing. For some of you, you're not even explaining your moves. That's how bossy some of you are going on. You're not even explaining what you're doing. You're like, I need not explain myself. I'm just going to emerge. And when this thing busts for me, people are going to see the real deal. And that's the energy. You know, claim your independence. Step out. Do something different. Don't even worry if people are not on what you're on. because I feel like there's a lot of naysayers going on. We don't need to worry about the naysayers. Yeah, the naysayers will have egg on their face at some point in time, and that's the energy, not to be worried. There is a lot of things going to be coming up, but this is why this root chakra is here, so that you're able to deal with those base level angst and worries, the insecurities. Hey, Empress E. That's how you're going to be able to deal with those insecurities, by claiming your independence. And like I said, some of you are being very, very quiet about the things that you are doing, because stuff you don't even want to hear about what people got to say, because the naysayers, you know who they are, but you just want to emerge and just be like, yeah, I was waiting to just tell everybody, or I just wanted it to just launch. I'm just going to launch my brand, or I'm just going to launch my business, and people are going to be like, oh, okay. When did you start this? But I don't worry about that. I've been using the quarantine to really do the things. I've been doing some inner healing work. I've been connecting with Source. I've been looking into my career and what I want to do post COVID-19. With all of that type of energy. So there's a real connection to the base chakra, like I was saying, with this root chakra. And I believe that this Archangel Michael's message is more or less, let's deal with the basics. Let's deal with the basics so we can start building you up. Let's not start piling and building on unsure foundation. Let's start. And that's why you got this storm warning, which is very reminiscent of the tower in traditional tarot. And that's when the tower falls. It's all like, oh my God, it's devastation. But clarity happens after. You're able to see what the next moves are. This is where, when the dust settles, although there's been a travesty, everybody can see clearly now. And that's what's happening. There's a time for clarity, and definitely a time to step out. And then we have, be loyal to what you love. So this is, I was drawn here. I highly resonate with what you're saying, Blissings. Blissings, my sweetie. I'm so glad. This is why I just do these things. As the vibration was, you just need to go live. So I'm glad you caught me. Blissings, my sweetie. Yeah, so be loyal to what you love. So if this is your craft, obviously this is people as well, people, places and things, but be loyal to what you love. And I feel like this is your passion. This is your brand. This is something that you're birthing. And we did say that there is a rebirth assured. So if things were difficult and you were one of these people who were sort of saying, luck is never on my side, things are going to be changing for you. There's a shift happening, but there's a need to let go of this negativity, because there's something that's holding your energy back from propelling forward. So in closing, I like to always just do an affirmation section where I ask Source Divine for the affirmations that will support this reading. So there's a need to activate your root chakras. Let's deal with all the little itsy bitsies, the things that we're just uncomfortable about, our insecurities, our self-esteem, our unhealthy attachments. Cards are just flying out. One moment. There we are. Okay, so the card that fell down was money is freedom. So for some of you, you are moving from the old state of being where you're just seeing money as not attainable, or you are not in the group who are affluent, or the types of people who you're going to understand that money for you is going to be able to give you that level of freeness, that independence that you're going to need. And the positive energy is what's going to bring that in, because we know that that malleable energy, that light-hearted, playful energy is the type of energy that draws in, that manifests. All of the angst about money, it's, and it's quite hard not to be worried about the state of things, but the more you worry is the more money runs away from you. And we don't want that. We want to call in the money. Yeah, we want to call it in. Come on, money. You and I, we coexist so well together, don't we? And that's the type of energy, that we are talking about. Not being so worried about when it's going to come, whether it will come in, having the faith that everything will be all right, because we've got assurance here. We've definitely got assurance from divine. Can I get some affirmations to support this spread, please? Yes, I just thought I was just drawn to jumping on the live. I didn't even tell none of my family. Usually I say, guys, I'm going on live. Come and meet me over here. But it wasn't one of those. It was just like, yeah, go live, get this message out. I finished work. I feel great. I'm happy that it's, another work day is over. And then I can do my passion, which is these readings. So I'm extremely thankful. Right, so the other affirmations that are going to support this reading, and this definitely, with this storm warning, I can see why this is going to be supporting the energy, because it says, I see challenges and obstacles as a learning experience for my spiritual growth. So like I was saying about the storm warning, the need to deal with the base chakra, all of this is for your greater good. I am glad you did. This message was needed. I'm so glad. I'm so thankful. Hallelujah. Everything that you're going through, this challenge and these obstacles are for your spiritual growth. This is character building time. This is testing of your mettle, your mental fortitude. And like I said at the earlier part of the reading, your commitment is being tested. Can you stay the course? Can you change your mindset? Can you take yourself out of the space where you are in the group of have-nots? And you're always going to see yourself as the group of have-nots instead of seeing yourself the way you want to. And this is about dreaming your world into being, and it's beautiful, because although sometimes we go through some real hard times, the lessons that we learn after, or in hindsight, when we sit down and we realize those types of people that we had in our lives, who they needed to, some people needed to be very harsh to us. You've got some people who love so hard that they needed someone to sever the ties so badly that they didn't run back to try and patch up the situation, or that type of person was going to deal with them so much more worse than they could ever imagine, so that they were taking out their life. Divine took those people out for a reason. So there's no need to cry over who's not here anymore. There's no need to be guilty of the roles that you've played that could be seen as negative, or you were the aggressor in a situation. Don't be worried about that. You needed to be the aggressor in that situation for maybe someone else to see the way that they don't want to be, or they see that you're not joking, you're not playing, and now I have to find a new route to deal with this person. There's always a way, there's always a reason for it. So don't beat yourselves up. Just try to make sure that you don't roll on this negative energy into a state of being, because we know that the state of being affects our manifestation. And then we have, I deal with challenges and obstacles from a place of love. See, and that is just to back up again. We can politely say, I love you, but I'm going to love you from afar. I love you. I love you so hard. And the reason why I love you so hard, the reason why I'm going to stay so far is because I love you so hard. So you can stay over there and I'm going to lure you. But I'm going to get on with what I've got to get on with. You can do it lovingly. It doesn't have to always be so, and sometimes lovingly could be telling the God's an honest truth. Sometimes you need to nip things in the bud and be very honest with the people that you care about. Sometimes those are the harsher words. Sometimes people only understand that type of language, but come from a place of love, in a sense that you are not going out of your way to hurt anybody. Yeah. And then we have, I am where I need to be right now. This is where we're able to step into the present. Know that there is no need for us to beat up ourselves. What we are seeing in our physicality is what we see in our mind's eye. And we are responsible for that. So if there's a different state of being that we want, we have to attain it. We have to work towards it. And it's just about the perception change. So I myself are in throes of working on myself, as we always have to continue to do. But I understand now. I used to beat up myself a lot for my lack consciousness, poverty consciousness, I kind of got into the stage where I was like, nah, cha, I know how to do without, man. Cha, it's all right, man. I'm just one of them people, boy, and I might just be one of them people that's, and I'm just humble, innit? I'm just a humble person, don't really need very much, I'm good. Realistically, when I really deep that was my lack of confidence in where I can attain, what I can see, because I'm looking at my past and looking at what I see in front of me as not being very much. And that angst and that worry and that sort of energy used to really pull on me. And then you build up your defense that you're okay with it, because you do become comfortable and you get, let's say comfortable, you get used to a way of doing things. So then it becomes easy almost. So to change the focus to then saying, well, actually, I do want those lovely pair of shoes that's slightly more than I would usually, buy. But I'm worth that. I work so that I can have those luxuries. I work so that my son can do the things that he wants to do and get the things that divine feminine, this self-love, I had to learn it. And it took me a very long time to get to that stage, because I was, like I said, poverty consciousness was my friend, and we were cool, chilling with very little, as long as it was warm and the home was filled with love, which I'm always thankful for, that I've actually had that. That is what's fed me. The fact that I was given a family to, hone in on who I am and to love me, and just divine source. It's not always like that for everybody. So you have to just be thankful for what you have. And then we've got, I believe in myself. So all those things that you want to do, you need to put it out there. I believe in myself and my abilities to affect change. I'm the type of person that draws in the right type of energies to me. My partnerships and my interactions are always positive. I always get what I want out of the situation. I always give equal and fair share in everything. I believe in myself. I make things happen. I'm a great manifester. You can pull it any which way you like, but mix it up and just be earnest in what you're saying. Even if you don't believe it in the first instant, in time you will. So my family, I'm so glad that you were able to catch me on here. And those who didn't get to watch it from the beginning, I'll be posting it. It's all good. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. And if you haven't checked out my Facebook page, do so. I've got some bookings for personal readings there. I'd love to hear from you. Take care, everybody. Much love. Blessings.